Hey, what's good? I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Thank you guys for being here. It means a lot to me, means a lot, and goes a long way. And make sure you guys smash that like button before we get started, especially if you rock with your boy. Also, make sure you guys hit that notification bell, and also make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, man. Again, I appreciate you guys being here. I don't take it for granted. It's Friday, Freaky Friday, March 15th in the neighborhood. And man, oh man, where I am, it's 12:31 Central Time. For some of you guys, it might be 1:31. It might be 2:31. It might be 11:31. It might be 10:31. But the fact of the matter is you're here with me. And I appreciate you guys as always. So, today's live stream, not going to be 2 hours. Not going to be 2 hours. We're probably going to be on here for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. But the reason we're here is because I got to pick y'all brain. I got to pick y'all brain about what happened last night. Apparently, the Philadelphia Eagles decided to sign former Pro Bowl linebacker Devin White, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer linebacker Devin White, to a 1-year deal. Now, this is an interesting development here. I'm not going to say it was a bad move. I'm not going to say it was a good move. I want to check the temperature with you guys first. That's what I want to do. I want to check the temperature with you guys. We have a poll in the YouTube chat box, and I would love for you guys to interact with that. I would love for you guys to let me know where you guys are with the Devin White signing, because I'm hearing a lot of conflicting narratives about the player. I'm hearing a lot of conflicting narratives about the player. I remember he had that tremendous 2019 rookie campaign. If I'm not mistaken, yes, I remember he had a very good rookie campaign in 2019. Only played 13 games, but in 2019, gave you 91 tackles, 4 fumble recoveries, 4 tackles for loss, 5 quarterback hits, an interception. He gave you a lot of production, 2.5 sacks. But then 2020 was the breakout year, right? And that was the year the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. In 2020, Devin White was all world. He played 15 games. He gave you 140 total tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 16 quarterback hits. He was a second-team All-Pro. He gave you 9 sacks. He gave you a fumble recovery. He gave you 4 pass deflections. He gave you a forced fumble. He was all over the field in 2020. And then in that playoff run, he was spectacular. 38 total tackles, 3 TFLs, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 pass deflections, 2 interceptions. He was something special in 2020, was he not? But here's the thing. Ever since then, there's been this steady decline. But before we get too deep into that, I want to address the breaking news that you guys are revealing to me right about now. The Philadelphia Eagles clearly have decided to retain our guy, Josh Sweat. Our guy, Josh Sweat, is being retained, according to Ian Rappaport. Let's get this on the screen here. Because Josh Sweat is one of my favorite players on the Philadelphia Eagles. I love his tenacity. I love his energy. I love the celebration. I love all of that. So I'm really excited to see what's going on with Josh Sweat here. So, all right, here we go. Let's check it out. So, according to Ian Rappaport, Josh Sweat, Eagles pass rusher, is staying in Philadelphia, sources tell him, according to Tom Pelissero. He's agreed to terms on a restructured contract despite interest elsewhere for what likely would have been a pay increase. Philly keeps a good one home. Here's the thing about this, right? This says a lot about Josh Sweat and where he is. And also, keep in mind right now, there are there are press conferences going on for the Philadelphia Eagles. There's a press conference going on with CJ Gardner-Johnson, and there's a press conference going on with Matt Hennessy. I'm really curious to hear what CJ Gardner-Johnson has to say. I know we're kind of all over the place this afternoon, you guys, but bear with me. It's a lot going on. Your Philadelphia Eagles stay in the mix. And we got to appreciate the swings that Howie Roseman likes to take, right? That's the thing. Do we not respect the swing? Regardless of how you feel, and again, shout out to Josh Sweat for restructuring, man. We're going to talk about that later on. But I want to get back to the main task at hand. Do we not respect the swing? Do we not respect the swing? Devin White, a player that a lot of you guys wanted, right? I know last year or a couple years ago, I was really high on Devin White. But, as I did more research, as I started to listen to more people who are closer to the situation, reading Buccaneers articles and all that kind of stuff, and just trying to get an objective opinion about Devin White, I'm hearing conflicting reports. Some say he's a tremendous player, tremendous athlete. Talent is not the problem. And then you have some reports saying, well, although talent may not be the problem, he lacks motivation at times. He can freelance a lot. He lacks discipline and run support. He can get swallowed up by bigger offensive linemen because of the fact that he lacks size and length. Remind you, he's only 6 feet tall, so he's relatively undersized, but he has size to him. He has some weight to him. He's 233 pounds, but he's only 6 feet tall, lacks length. So I know a lot of people are really excited about the move. Me, I'm in wait and see mode. I'm in wait and see mode about everybody right now. No matter how much they got paid, no matter what their pedigree is, it's going to be exciting to see these players play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't get me wrong, but I'm in wait and see mode, and I think that's fair. I think I owe you guys that, to not jump out the window too far, but also not to down the moves either. I owe it to you guys to be down the middle, to be in wait and see mode. So, real quick, excuse me, you guys. Real quick, shout out to my man Pin 9617 once again with the $1.99 super chat, and he has the wrench. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. I love that profile picture, man. Is that the Joker or is that the Crow? Oh, matter of fact, I think that's the Joker. But nonetheless, shout out to my man Pin 9617 with the $1.99 super chat. Josh Sweat just signed a new deal with the Eagles. Yes, he agreed to a restructure. So I would like to know the exact details of the deal. But if he restructured, I have no doubt in my mind that they gave him some more money up front. So here it is. According to Jeremy Fowler, Josh Sweat is staying with the Eagles on a restructured deal with $10 million guaranteed plus incentives, max of $13 million. He had no guarantees prior, so this gives Sweat security entering the contract year. Okay, I can respect that. So again, shout out to my man Pin 9617 with the $1.99 super chat. Remind you guys, Sweat is still entering the contract year, but they just gave him more money up front to keep him happy. And that's what Howie Roseman's good at, right? He's very good at allocating the guaranteed money. Also, shout out to my man S. Blount with the $19.99 super chat. Wow. Blount, I'm blessed. I'm grateful, truly. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. $19.99, that means a lot to me. He says, thank you, Tone. I'm a big supporter behind the scenes. What next positions do you think we need to focus on? It's so funny you say that. The Eagles have primarily been addressing needs through free agency. They have. They needed a running back, or they needed to improve the running back position. They bring in Saquon Barkley. They needed to fortify the defensive line and bring some juice to it. They signed Bryce Huff and restructured Josh Sweat. We still don't know what the future holds for Hassan Reddick, but I think he likely gets traded. And then at the linebacker position, you bring in Devin White on a one-year deal. You bring in Zach Bond on a one-year deal. Both of those players come from the NFC South. Both of those players are extremely athletic, play with a lot of speed, play with a lot of tenacity, but yet we still have our questions, right? Low risk, high reward, I'd say. And then let's not forget you brought in the Detroit Lions linebacker earlier on in the offseason, Julian Okoro. Julian Okoro from Detroit. Again, no real money attached to that. No, not really a needle mover. But you brought in 3 new linebackers to compete with Nakobe Dean, to compete with Patrick Johnson, to compete with Kyron Johnson, all those guys you had back there. You brought in some extra bodies. So I can't argue with the logic. And then on top of that, you bring back CJ Gardner-Johnson as the hybrid safety / nickel. And then let's not forget our guy, Devontae Parker. You bring him in as a slot receiver to fortify your passing game, to bring some experience to that slot position, some toughness, some physicality. So I'm looking at free agency right now. I'm looking at the Eagles offseason, and I'm saying to myself, as far as addressing your needs, well done. Job well done, Howie Roseman. And quite frankly, the money is making sense as well. You know what Howie likes to do? Give the players the money up front, make the cap hits very, very fragile on the front end, and then on the back end, he'll worry about it. He'll kick the can down the road and worry about it when the time comes. That's how you build for today. And that's how you show your fan base. That's how you show the city. That's how you show the organization what type of time you want. So I think at this point, now they need to fortify the roster in terms of depth. I think they still need to draft a corner in the first round. I think they still need to draft a linebacker. I think they still should draft a running back. I think they should draft maybe 2 offensive linemen. You still don't know what Keely Ringo's season is. You don't know when Nakobe Dean's ceiling is. Can he stay healthy? We don't know what Eli Rick's ceiling is quite yet. Sidney Brown, you still got him in the rafters getting healthy. Reed Blankenship, I think we kind of know what he is right now. But as of right, but again, as of right now, I think the Eagles have done a great job at addressing needs. But again, back to Devin White, and thank you, Blount, for the 1999 super chat, man. I'm super grateful to you, my man. And also thank you to Pen 96 with the $1.99 super chat. As a matter of fact, Blount, let me while I have it in front of me here, let me get you your wrench, player. Let me get you your wrench. Thank you. So, all right. And look, I don't want to not address y'all concerns or y'all opinions, but real quick before I get to you guys, I gotta speak about this Devin White thing. Brian Biding, we do have a wide receiver 3. They just signed Devontae Parker to a 1-year deal, veteran minimum. Well, they're actually paying veteran minimum, but the Patriots are picking up primarily most of the deal. A one-year, $4.6 million deal. The Patriots got to pick up the bulk of that. So, smart financial move. But here's the thing. When it comes to the Devin White move, I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent. For the simple fact that I'm hearing conflicting reports about him. Talent is not the question, yet he's lacked impact, and then he got benched in the playoffs against the Philadelphia Eagles. Why would a player that talented get benched? My bunny ears go up. My antennas go up. So, you know, the reality is I can't say if Devin White is a an addition or a subtraction? Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. It's definitely an addition because the linebacker position was finito in 2023. It was non-existent in 2023. So adding Devin White, adding Zach Ball into the linebacker position has to be an addition because they had nothing at the position last year. Zach Cunningham, ebbs and flows, highs and lows. Nicholas Morrow, ebbs and flows, highs and lows. Nakobe Dean, Mr. No-Show, can't stay healthy. So again, the Devin White move, we'll see what happens. Has a lot of experience, still a very young guy. Could just use a change of scenery. You never know. Maybe he fell out of favor in that Buccaneers organization. But lo and behold, he was still a captain year after year after year. So that's where it gets confusing. His teammates had high reverence for him, but the coaches didn't. So Devin White is a very fascinating case study to watch and to see it unfold for the Philadelphia Eagles. Can he have an impact? I don't know. Are the Philadelphia Eagles desperate? What does this mean for Nakobe Dean? We have so many unanswered questions that we're going to address here, but real quick, let's talk to the people first. Shout out to my man Martin Perez. Shout out to my man Pro Fan Talk, aka Coach Marcus, Johnny Kashner, my man Cowboys Fan Talk. Thank you, my man. He says, glad you back, bro. Much respect from the rival side. Hey, listen, man, CFT, I always have respect for you, my guy. Always got respect for you, man. Always got respect for you. You showed me love early on. You came on my channel as a guest. Got a lot of love and respect for you, my guy. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding. Keep being that honest content creator that you are, man. Love the energy. Just a solid black man. You feel me? Shout out to my man Cowboys Fan Talk. I appreciate him, man. Even though it's from the rival side. See you on the battlefield, big dog. See you on the battlefield, big dog. So, shout out to my man Brian Biding, Cody's Nuts. Cody, man, listen, like I told you, you keep donating to the channel, man. I'll call you whatever you want. Shout out to my man S Blount, my man Philly Fresh, the General, my man Philly Fresh, General. Shout out to my man. Grateful for him as well. One of the first to show me love in this Eagles content game. One of the first, man. One of the dopest, one of the most genuine. One of the humblest dudes out here, man. He got a story for y'all ass. I tell you, that man done lived 2-3 different lives. So shout out to my man, Philly Fresh in the building. Always holding it down. Fluxing and stepping. Niners all damn day. I even appreciate you. Matt Weeks. Who else we got? Jason 18. Who else we got in the building, man? Philly Grown. JDM Life. Spa City. You know what I'm saying? Joseph H. Martin Perez. Pretty me. So, Nate, what's going on? So, yeah, again, right? I think we're in a situation where, because a lot of you guys are asking about Hassan Reddick. I think Hassan Reddick is likely going to get moved. I think he's going to get moved. You know, he came in last season and played. You know, like he was a good soldier last year. He didn't really want to talk about the contract too much. He just came in. And played football. But this year the money is the guarantee money is gone. So he's looking for an extension. He's looking for some big money. And I can't get mad at a player for wanting to exercise his value. I can't get mad at that. Again, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, especially if you guys are new. If you like the energy, if you like the vibes, thank you. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot to me. So we got 29 people locked in on Twitter. We got 21 people locked in on the YouTube channel. Thank y'all, man. You guys are awesome. So Hassan Reddick, I think when you bring in Bryce Huff, a 26-year-old edge rusher who's ascending, who plays the game with an attitude, who has a lunch pail, blue collar mentality. Not saying Hassan Reddick isn't those things, but what I'm saying is Bryce Huff seems to me like a younger, bigger version of Hassan Reddick. Bryce Huff, 6'3", 255 pounds, I think. Hassan Reddick, 6'1", like 245, 240. So you get more length in Bryce Huff, right? You get a little bit more power. You get a better power to speed ratio with Bryce Huff, likely. You know, Hassan Reddick is mainly speed, right? Bryce Huff, you get that nice power to speed ratio. So I think Hassan Reddick does get traded. I think he does. I think the Eagles are just trying to find the right situation for him and for them. So that's that. Let's keep going, man. Shout out to my man John Dalton. What you need help with, John? Pretty Mimi says, so is Hassan getting traded for sure? I think he is getting traded. I really do. I really do. I'm really excited that we found a way to keep Sweat happy for the time being. But this goes to show you, the Philadelphia Eagles are telling you right now who they value a little bit more. Remember, Josh Sweat is 26 as well. Josh Sweat is young. You're going to have two 26-year-old edge rushers, young, entering their primes, probably in the heat of it. Hassan Reddick, he's going to be 31 at the end of his current contract. Is he on the down? Is he on the decline? It's fair to question. But so far, Hassan Reddick hasn't shown that. So we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I just think based off of the moves they made, Hassan Reddick is going to get traded. He's going to get traded. I notice a lot of you guys don't think Devontae Parker can be a wide receiver 3. You guys don't think he could be a wide receiver 3 in this offense? A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. At best, and then you got Saquon. At best, he's the 5th option. You guys don't think, see, you got to look at it from that perspective. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Parker. At best, in this current offense, Devontae Parker is the 5th option. You guys don't think Devontae Parker is a good 5th option? You guys don't think Devontae Parker is a good 5th option? I also, by the way, Blunt, I also really quickly, I'm not even saying that sorry, I'm a little distracted here. I'm not even saying we shouldn't draft a receiver. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I think we should draft a receiver somewhere. But here's the thing, man. And I know you guys mentioned his speed. I could respect that. I could respect that. You know, the lack of speed. I could totally understand that. But here's the problem, man. When we had the speed, we didn't have the hands. So it's like it's hard to find a guy with speed and hands that's just out there. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard trying to find a guy that's available with good hands and high quality speed. Shout out to my man Jadis Young, Mob Deep, Checo. I appreciate you guys, man. So I listen, I totally understand what y'all saying about Devontae. He's 31 years old. He's definitely on the back nine of his career, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Also, keep this in mind, like I said, if the Eagles draft a receiver and he outplays Devontae Parker, okay, you just got Devontae Parker on the roster. It doesn't hurt you, right? It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt you at all. You never know. The Eagles can draft a wide receiver in the 5th, 6th round, and all of a sudden, this kid just ends up being a good player, a good security blanket. But I guess when I'm thinking about the pecking order, Devontae Parker falls in that 5 spot. So for a 5th option, hey, you could do a lot worse. You could do a lot worse. Peter Riley, thank you. Pretty Mimi says, I don't know much about Devontae Parker. I was hoping that we draft a wide receiver. Xavier Weaver from Colorado would be a good fit. Are you familiar with? I heard of him. I watched a couple Colorado games, and he's a really talented player here. He's a really talented player. All right, so here, all right, real quick, you guys. I want to address something real quick. Now, John Dalton. This is John Dalton situations right now. He says, family, I need your help. I ran out of gas hours ago. I contacted family and police. I even walked to a gas station to get help. No one will help us. Can someone help us get gas, please? Brother, $9 will help me get her home. I promise to repay whoever can help us. Help us. Again, sorry for bothering you guys. He says, I'm a subscriber, brother, and family. I'm just in a bad situation right now. He says, I'm a single father. I just lost my mom recently. I've tried everything. I don't know what else to do. I'm praying someone will help us out. So this is what we're going to do here. This is what we're going to do here, right? That's the Cash App, right? So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Because look, all I can do is take your word for it, family. That's all I can do. And what I'll do is because I mean well, I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you something. All right? Let me type in this Cash App here. And look, again, I have no idea if this is real or if this is a situation where somebody's just trying to pull a fast one. I have no idea. But here's the thing. I want to be a solid issue. I mean, I want to be a solid individual here. I want to be a solid dude here. And I really hope that's Peter, I'm with you. Peter, I'm with you, man. I really, really hope it's not fake. I really hope it's not fake. I really hope it's not. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to do this real quick because just want to be a good dude here. All right, where'd that Cash App name go? I just had it. All right, let's see. I think it's ironic that the Cash App name is I am the real. That's ironic. All right. All right, there we go. There we go. I just sent the Cash App to John Dalton. I just sent the Cash App to John Dalton. I sent you what I could, my friend. Sent you what I could, my friend. I appreciate you guys for locking in on the content. You guys are locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the gang. I appreciate you guys so much for locking in on the content. So let's do a quick reset. Like I said, we're only going to be live for about an hour, hour and a half. We want to be live for about an hour, hour and a half. So the Philadelphia Eagles signed Devin White to a 1-year deal. Does anybody know the details of the deal? Let's find them here. Let's do some soul searching. Let's find out how much they're giving Devin White. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what the money's looking like. Okay, here it is. So according, hey, Dalton, let me know when you get the Cash App. Dalton, let me know when you get the Cash App, okay? Let me know when you get it. Tell me if it went through. So according to Adam Schefter, Devin White is signing a 1-year deal worth up to $7.5 million. Not bad. So he has an opportunity to make $7.5 million. We'll see what impact he can make. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what he has left. I mean, he's a young player. The motor shouldn't be the problem. But from what I'm reading, the discipline is an issue. The motivation can be an issue. So him being in a new situation, reinvigorate the vibes. Does it motivate him? Shout out to my man Austin with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Austin. I appreciate it. He says, keep grinding, bro. Thank you so much, Austin. I really appreciate the support, man. Also, shout out to my man Checo with the $9.99 super chat. So what I'm doing is I'm giving out the wrenches to the people who support me, man. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys are awesome. So shout out to my man Austin with the $9.99 super chat. Shout out to Checo with the $9.99 super chat as well. Also shout out to S Blount with the $19.99 super chat. Pin 9617 with the $1.99 super chat. You guys are tremendous. Thank you. You guys are tremendous. All right, John, you got it. Hey, listen, John, don't pay me back. John, don't pay me back. It's okay. Trust me. Do not pay me back. Do not pay me back. You good. Do not pay me back. You all good with me, man. Do not pay me back. Peter Riley, Tone, I really miss you on the Big Seal Show. Hey, listen, man, I miss you guys, man. It's all love. I got all love for everybody, man. It's no love lost, trust me. It's no love lost. So again, I appreciate you guys for locking in on the content. But yeah, Devin White is a player. Can he make an impact? Does he bring athleticism to the position? Absolutely. He brings a lot of athleticism to the position. He brings leadership. But at the same time, I want to know why the Buccaneers were so willing to let him go. I want to know why he was just hanging out on the market for as long as he did. Another thing to keep in mind, in 2023, he did not have a good Pro Football Focus player grade. And I'm not saying Pro Football Focus is the law. I'm not saying Pro Football Focus is the Bible. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is he's 26 years old. And for him to be on this kind of decline is really shocking to me. And I don't understand it. I don't understand how somebody with this talent base stays on the market that long, with this kind of athleticism, with this kind of youth, stays on the market that long. I don't understand it. Like Devin White plays fast. He plays fast. But at the same time, another thing I want to keep in mind also, my man Thomas R. Peterson, I like his content a lot. These are some numbers for Devin White, or some rankings for Devin White against the run amongst linebackers since 2020. And he hasn't been a good linebacker in the run. All we can listen, Devin White has clearly not been good in run defense. He has clearly not been good. Even playing behind, oh man, what's the DT in Tampa Bay? I forget my man's name. Is it Vea? Vita Vea? So ultimately, Devin White, look, this is his chance, to resurge his career. This is his chance. You're on a 1-year deal in Philadelphia. You're going to have an opportunity to start. You're going to have an opportunity, right? The linebacker position right now is wide open. Excuse me. Also, friendly reminder, our guy Josh Sweat restructured his contract. They gave him $10 million in his back pocket, gave him $10 million up front, to satiate his appetite. So shout out to Josh Sweat for for being a soldier and still rolling with us into the final year of his deal, giving him some security because he had no guaranteed money left. So shout out to Josh Sweat. But when it comes to real quick, shout out to my man Cody's Nuts. He says it could be concerning having a discipline issue guy and an unknown injury prone guy in the linebacker room as 1 and 2. Hey man, you bring up something very interesting. But that's the rumor. That's what they say. They're saying he lacked discipline at times. They say he freelanced that. That's what some people say. That's what rumors say, right? So I would like to give the player the benefit of the doubt. I have no idea how good or how bad he will be. I'm in the camp of wait and see. A lot of you guys took my poll. So as of right now, I'm looking at the poll. I asked you guys, does Devin White solve the Philadelphia Eagles linebacker issues? 40, and we got 59 voters, by the way. 42% of you guys said yes, he can make a huge difference. 8% of you guys say no, he's not the right guy. We got 60 people that voted, excuse me. 42% say yes, he can make a difference. 8% of you guys say no, he's not the right guy. And 50% of you guys say, I don't know, have to wait and see. And that's where I'm at. I'm at a position where I can't jump out the window and say Devin White saves the day. But what I will say is he brings leadership to the position. He's been a team captain for his entire time in Tampa Bay. So that has to count for something, right? His peers respect him. His peers trust him. But the coaches he fell out of favor with the coaches. I need to understand what that is. I need to understand what that is. And then also the injury prone side, Cody. Thank you for the $5, by the way. I think you're talking about Nakobe Dean, right? Listen, Nakobe Dean is on the clock. Nakobe Dean, the first shot has been sent across the bow. Now, it's put up or shut up time for Nakobe Dean. Shout out to my guy, All Eagles Fly, with the $4.99 super chat. He says, "How you been, Tone?" I've been doing well, man. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Thank you for donating to the channel. I've been doing all right, my friend. I can't call it. I'm doing all right. You know, I have my health. As of right now, I'm on track to being in the best shape of my life. I feel good. You know, my family's doing well. My wife is doing well. I have no complaints, man. Sure, does life hit you with curveballs? Absolutely. But I'm doing all right, All Eagles Fly. Thank you. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. And thank you for just showing love, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, overall, Devin White is a shot in the dark. And also, Mimi, I didn't hear anything about Jalen Hurts being in the car accident. I didn't hear nothing about that. I feel like that would have been front page news. That would have been front page news. Shout out to my man, So Dope King. But yeah, Devin White brings a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed, a lot of intensity to the linebacker room, but can he do his job properly? That all remains to be seen. And then Josh Sweat getting resigned, or restructured. That's a big deal. So look, if they gave Josh Sweat money, they gave Bryce Huff money, I don't think Hassan Reddick is here. As a matter of fact, if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm not moving Hassan Reddick for anything less than a second round pick. I need a second round pick for Hassan Reddick. That's what I need. I need a second round pick. And yes, Dope King, I think Hassan is gone. If I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm not settling for anything less than a second round pick. The conversation's got to start with a second round pick for Hassan Reddick. That's where it got to start. That's where it starts for me. What do y'all think the Eagles can get for Hassan Reddick? And look, here's the thing. Let's not pretend that we don't know what's going on here. Hassan Reddick has been a tremendous Philadelphia Eagle over the past 2 seasons. He's been, that's another thing, Austin, that's a very good point by you. And they still got Nolan Smith in the building, a player that we need to find out what he is. Remember, Nolan Smith is a former first-round pick. So when you think about it from that perspective, you got Nolan Smith, you decided to bring back Brandon Graham, you signed Bryce Huff, you restructure and give Josh Sweat more money up front. When you think about it from that perspective, you gave everybody money except for Hassan Reddick. That tells you everything. See, don't pay attention to what they say. Pay attention to what they've done. They've given Brandon Graham money. They've given Josh Sweat money. They've given Bryce Huff money. And they invested a first-round pick in Nolan Smith, a carbon copy of Hassan Reddick's build. So that should tell you everything about Hassan Reddick's future in Philadelphia, right or wrong. Hassan Reddick's days are numbered in Philadelphia. And it's likely because he wants north of $20 million. Chin, that's a good point as well. You bring up a very good point. This is very pointed here. I don't think he'll net a second round pick after that Burns trade. That's a very good point. The Panthers are idiots. They traded Brian Burns for what? A second and a fifth round pick, or a third and a fifth round pick? What was it? It was something crazy. It was something unbelievable. Where is it? I'm trying to find out what they traded him for. 2nd and a 5th. You traded Brian Burns for a 2nd and a 5th, and the Rams wanted to give you a 1st-round pick last year for him. The Panthers, what's going on over there? What's going on over there? The Rams wanted, you knew you wasn't going to pay Brian Burns. You knew you wasn't. So instead of trading him when his value was at his highest, you decided to trade him the following season for a 2nd and 5th round pick. Whoever's running that organization, the GM, the owner, they're idiots. They're flat out idiots. They have no idea what they're doing. You knew you wasn't going to pay him. 007 says, here's my issue, Tone. Reddick is a proven closer. You can get 14 sacks in a year and to have no effect on a single game. That's a good point. That's a very good point. One thing I will say about Hassan Reddick's production is that it's always been high impact. It's always been in the closing moments. Okay, real quick. Okay, we got CJGJ on the mic. We got CJGJ on the mic. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can bring this up. On the mic. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can bring this up.
Didn't really do nothing different. You know, we just had to figure out some things. Tweak my side and this side. I want to be here, so started something here. Started legacy here. I want to finish it here, so why not? You know, hop back on the train.
DJ Gardner-Johnson speaking to the media right now, back in Philadelphia. Who would have thought?
Last year to this year ended up being bad.
Take your feelings out of it and just willing to be a man about certain things, you know, and accept certain things as a man. So I think right now coming back was like.
Can you guys hear CJGJ clearly? Let me know. Can you hear CJGJ speak?
I'm familiar with the people here, with the place, and I'm comfortable. That makes sense. So the difference from last year and this year is we both saw our line. That makes sense.
And what part did you start thinking about this being a possibility?
I've been thinking about it. It's just
you
gotta let the time handle it. You can't handle it yourself. That makes sense.
Okay.
You get the sense that they missed you last year?
I was worried about the team I was on last year. Couldn't worry about what's going on here, you know. There's a lot of things that happened from last year to this year. I just had to focus on my job and what I had to do to get myself better as a person so I could be in this position and be better.
What was last year like? I know you had the injury, kind of kept you out.
CJGJ speaks to the Philadelphia Eagles media.
I learned myself. I figured out, you know, ball isn't always about you. It's about 50 other guys out there, front office. So getting hurt and taking a step back and not being the focal point, they realize I'm part of something better and greater. I want to be part of something greater and better than the one I'm at. That makes sense. I want to be able to take that next step. And I think I made the right decision.
Yeah, so when you did come back,
CJGJ seems more polished.
How can I say it?
He seems more mature.
Of what I was capable of, such as like my talking, my play, my actions off the field. I'm just more so like I'm an impact. I want to be a positive impact on and off the field. That makes sense.
It's a new coordinator, some different personnel. Are you expecting the same role?
Pro fan talk, you funny,
My
man.
role is to be a great teammate, help us win games, and get us back to the Super Bowl. I think there's no in between. You know what they expect or what your role is. Your role is just be a great teammate and let the chips fall in, and you just do your job.
what does it do when you're so close 2 years in a row to winning it all?
Cody's nuts. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Thank you, man. We're going to talk about running back after the interview. No problem. I got you covered, my friend. Thank you for the $2 super chat.
It make you go a little bit harder because a lot of people don't get to do back-to-back. especially leaving, going to another team that I haven't even seen. It helps you grow up. Understand that a lot of young guys and a lot of older guys haven't even got that chance to go back-to-back conference championships. So I think for me, I learned a lot playing with the guys that got to championship, Super Bowl, and for guys that I went to championship with last year, and maybe realized like everybody's a part of it and everybody's important. And I think I didn't really grasp the meaning of that when I was here at first. So mindset change.
You mentioned
CJGJ seems to be a more polished player right now. He seems more mature, more grounded.
I turned a 295 day injury into 90. They ruled me out. So you tell me.
How was free agency different this time than a year ago?
Take your feelings out of it. I got enough film and got enough to back me up. I know who I am, so you don't really have to talk about who you are. When the teams just know. And I think it ain't about teams, certain teams, and I think this team and I know what I'm capable of. So the best spot for me. I love being here. Love everything about this place, and I'm ready to keep going.
Well, have you told you to apologize to fans?
I'm a notch. I thought it was a compliment, to be honest with you. So I mean, all jokes aside, it wasn't. I was just in my feelings. You know, you want to be somewhere so bad to the point where you can't control certain things. So certain things was said, but there was no meaning to it. I'm back, so I guess we all happy.
I respect that. I respect that. I respect that.
How many yards and touchdown, passing touchdowns they gave up last season as a team? Does that surprise you, that knowing the guys who were back there in that secondary?
Yet again, I wasn't focused on or what they was giving up. I had a team.
007, you funny, man. 007, ain't nobody playing a what-if game.
To be a great teammate and prevent from apparently what happened last year. That's not my job to go back into last year. My job is this year and help win games this year. So what happened is the past, water on the bridge. Same group of guys go out and compete and have fun.
Any guys on this team texting you or anything saying, come back?
I don't think it was no players. I think you could send it to the fans. I just let God and I let everybody at the time handle it. I really don't talk to nobody. I think free agency this year was more so phone off, focus on me.
CJ Gardner-Johnson speaking to the media right now.
Wait for that call.
CJ, what do you know?
You guys are locked in the Chalk It Up Sports.
It's legit.
Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.
All the guys I've been here before, and just ready to take the next step as a player and win championship.
Are you guys still rocking 23?
My favorite player is from here. I think tapping into a different mentality. It's something that people will be great to see this year. I'm on my Kobe mode right now, so I'm coming out with the Mamba, coming out with the 8.
Do a couple more.
What makes you is like the edge that you play with.
CJ Gardner-Johnson speaking to the media.
Still want to deliver at this stage of your career.
Yeah, most definitely.
He's back in Philly on a 3-year,
What, 6 years in?
a 3-year deal worth up to $33 million.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose that part of it.
It's gonna every year you have to mature. Like I don't think you can be too mature for this game. So I think every year you learn and your maturity just grows.
Carol,
1% better.
if you're on your phone,
so I think right now for me it's just understanding.
there should be a way for you to lock in.
And that's not questioning, because this is like understanding my role. What can I do to impact and help the young guys? Really, this team young. Got a lot of ball in this, so I'm ready to take some of this maturity level and pass it on to some of the guys now.
Carol, if you're on your phone, there's a money symbol at the bottom. A money symbol at the bottom.
The whole team. We're just happy to get the energy back. I'm ready to turn the lights on back in the building again, if that makes sense.
There's a money symbol at the bottom, Carol. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I'm here to win.
If you're on your phone, there's a money symbol at the bottom right of the chat box. Bottom right. And you'll be able to upload a super chat if you want. Thank you, Carol, for your support. Thank you.
Every single of his teammates, and I think watching them play, growing up watching them play, I think you can model them after football, basketball, soccer. They had the mentality to go out there and win and kill in a good way.
Thank you, Carol. I appreciate you. No pressure, by the way, Carol. No pressure, but I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Hockaday. Thank you.
Still how you view it, or do you, I guess, value that versatility that you have?
I think it's my time to be cocky. It's my time to be cocky. I still one of the best young safeties in the league, so I ain't worried about, I'm ready to keep it going.
Good. All right.
That's it.
I like the edge. I like the edge. I like the edge. I like the edge that he brings to the table. Look, does CJ Gardner-Johnson have his quirks about his game? Absolutely. But I like the edge. I like the confidence he's speaking with. You can already feel him. And that is what was missing from the Philadelphia Eagles last year. We didn't have that guy that came with that swag, that juice, that, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have anybody that came with that rah, rah, rah. We didn't have that. So I got to give credit where credit is due to CJGJ. He came in and he was very, very, very humble about how things happened a couple years ago. He said, look, at the end of the day, I had to mature. I had to go through my injuries. I had to go through what I went through so I can figure out where I'm going. I gotta respect. I gotta respect the growth, man to man. So shout out to CJGJ, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Shout out to him for standing on business and setting the tone about what his plans are with this organization. He wants to win big. He understands the game is bigger than him. He understands it's about 50 other guys, 51, 52 other guys. I liked what I heard from him. I liked what I heard. Now, all I want is for him to stay healthy and ball out. That's all I want. Stay healthy, ball out. I can't argue. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that, not one bit. Keep your head low, stay aggressive, play with swag, play with juice, and live with the results. The Eagles lacked speed on defense last year. They lacked athleticism. They lacked edge. They lacked all of that. I honestly felt like they could have got a lot of edge from Sidney Brown if they were to let him get more tick, let him get more playing time. You feel me? That's how I'm looking at it, man. But CJGJ back in the building, back in Philadelphia. So dope to see. So awesome. It's what you love. It's what you love about the gang. You love everything about it. I appreciate you guys for locking in on the content. We got 45 people watching on Twitter. We got 36 people watching on YouTube. You guys have been tremendous. Thank you so much. All Eagles Fly says CJ is going to be good for Brown. I agree. So Dope King says we still need another linebacker. Why did Howie let TJ go? Man, don't get me started, Dope King. Please don't gaslight me, man. I have not forgiven Howie Roseman for letting TJ Edwards go. Cody, here's the thing. Jordan Poyer already signed a one-year deal with Miami. He already signed a one-year deal with Miami, bro. And I like Jordan Poyer. He used to be a Philadelphia Eagle years ago. But yeah, Jordan Poyer, he's that's a no-go. He's already signed a one-year deal with Miami. Peter Riley, I thank y'all so much, man. I thank y'all. You guys tune in every single day whenever you guys get the opportunity. You guys have a ton of options, and you still choose to rock with me. So I'm grateful for that. And I don't take it for granted, not one bit, Peter. Austin, He says our secondary has 0 intensity last year, but you already know it's coming back in full swing with CJGJ. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like without a doubt. Without a doubt. CJGJ just brings CJGJ, he brings fire to the table. He brings fire to the table. I think we all know that. I think we all know that. Oh, Micah Hyde. Okay. Oh, yeah. Micah Hyde. You know, Micah Hyde is what, 33, right? Micah Hyde is 33. He's an OG in this game, man. I don't know, Cody. I don't know, bro. Kevin Byard wasn't even 33. And like, I'm not saying I'm not saying Kevin Byard and Micah Hyde. Like, I'm not trying to say that they're the same player, but 33 years old, man. It's kind of hard for me to take a shot on that. It's kind of hard for me to take a shot on that. .007, what are you talking about? What? All Eagles fly. Listen, man, I appreciate you, my guy. You already know. Daquan says CJ rocking the Kobe number 8. I know. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that. Do you know how the jersey numbers work? Because him and Rodgers both won 8. Oh, you mean Isaiah Rodgers? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I don't know. They may have to you know, bet on it. You know what I mean? They may have to pitch some quarters or play a game of 1-on-1 for it. You never know. My man Pro Fan Talk, CJGJ. And make sure you guys go subscribe to my man Pro Fan Talk, by the way, man. He does a tremendous job covering the Philadelphia Eagles. I want to make that very, very, very clear. Pro Fan Talk with my man Coach Marcus. He does a tremendous job giving you guys insight on the Philadelphia Eagles. He gives you guys the player perspective. He's a former Philadelphia Eagles player. You know what I mean? Real stand-up gentleman, real humble guy, means well, is trying to do things, always doing things the right way. Shout out to my OG, Pro Fan Talk. Please go subscribe to his channel. Matter of fact, let me see if I can, I want to do something real quick. Make sure all this is set up nice and neat. All right, here we go. I want you guys to go subscribe to my man, Pro Fan Talk. Please. Do that for me. If you guys can do me a favor, please go subscribe to my man, Pro Fan Talk. His channel was growing. He covers your Philadelphia Eagles. Gives you guys a ton of insight. That's a lot of content up there for you guys. A lot of content for you guys to lock in on. He's doing an amazing job covering the Philadelphia Eagles. He's doing an amazing job just covering sports in general. So make sure you guys lock in on him. It's a hell of a dude. Hell of a dude, man. He got a lot of content for you guys to lock in on. He just passed 2,000 subscribers. We got to get him to 3,000. We got to get him to 3,000. So shout out to my man, Pro Fan Talk. Please go subscribe to his channel. He does amazing work. He does amazing work, you guys. Pro Fan Talk on YouTube. Pro Fan Talk. Go subscribe to him. So, yeah, man. You know, you guys, we've been live for about an hour. We're about to get out of here. You know, it's Friday. So, look, man, real quick before we get out of here, let's just do a quick recap. The Philadelphia Eagles, we're going to recap the entire free agency real quick. We're going to do a rapid fire recap of Eagles free agency. We're going to go in chronological order as best as we can. The Philadelphia Eagles signed Saquon Barkley to a 3-year, $37.75 million deal with $26 million guaranteed. That's worth up to $46 million, $47 million, something like that. Saquon Barkley is going to make an average salary of 12.5. He's going to make an average salary of between 12.5 million to 15 million per season, depending on if he hits incentives. Once again, Saquon Barkley has been guaranteed $26 million from the Philadelphia Eagles. That's an average of $13 million over the course of the first 2 years. Then they they signed Bryce Huff first. But Bryce Huff also was signed to a 3-year deal worth $51 million with an average salary of $17 million per season. He's an ascending edge rusher from the New York Jets, 26 years old, 255 pounds, 6'3", has great power to speed, speed to power ratio. Then the Philadelphia Eagles brought in linebacker Zach Bond from the New Orleans Saints on a 1-year deal. Very athletic guy, a core special teamer. Whenever he got his opportunities to start, especially in 2023, was extremely productive, stuffed the stat sheet, gave you sacks, interceptions, tackles for loss, quarterback hits, all of that, things of that nature. Then they bring in guard/center Matt Hennessy from the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Hennessy had to sit out the entire 2023 season because of an injury, but he has plenty of starting experience at guard and at center. He's a very versatile guy, a swing center/swing right guard. So Jeff Stoutland is going to have a field day getting him ready for the season. He's likely going to compete with Tyler Steen for the right guard spot as Cam Jurgens solidifies himself into that center spot. And then the Philadelphia Eagles brought in Devontae Parker on a 1-year deal worth about $4.6 million. The Patriots have to pick up the bulk of the deal, and the Eagles are only responsible for paying about 1.2 million of the deal, which is pretty much veteran minimum. So you can make an argument the Philadelphia Eagles, in theory, are paying Devontae Parker on a 1-year veteran minimum deal to be their slot receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if the Philadelphia Eagles draft another wide receiver and Devontae Parker and that player compete. We'll see. But they also signed Devontae Parker to a 1-year deal, veteran minimum, essentially, in theory. Then they followed that up with bringing back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, CJGJ, the enforcer in the backfield, hybrid safety/nickel. A player that gave the Philadelphia Eagles a lot of awesome memories. He has tons of athleticism, plays with tons of speed, plays with an edge. He's a playmaker. He plays with confidence, a swagger. That's the kind of guy you want back there. And then they make the move to bring in linebacker Devin White, formerly with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Devin White is a former Pro Bowler, a former second-team All-Pro, former Super Bowl champion. He has athleticism. He has talent. But what's the real issue with his game right now? Why has his career been on a steady decline? Right? And remember, and T, you bring up a good point. I do remember you said that. But even then, I remember, T, you did say we should go get him. I remember that, T. I remember. But I think the Philadelphia Eagles are addressing their needs in free agency while also trying to give themselves a good talent base to work with. And also they drafted some young guys that are pretty much in their primes, guys that are 25, 26, 27 years old, right? Zach Bond, 27. Saquon Barkley, I think, is 27. CJGJ, I think, is 26, 27. They also restructured Josh Sweat right now, who is 26 as well. They gave Josh Sweat $10 million on the arm. Kept him comfy. Bryce Huff, $26 million. I mean, Bryce Huff, 26 years old. Matt Hennessy, young guy. I think he's 25, 26, something like that. Matt Hennessy. And the oldest guy they brought in was Devontae Parker at 31. And he's going to be your slot receiver, the wide receiver 3. But even if you go down the pecking order of who's going to get the primary targets, you got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, and then Devontae Parker, right? So therefore, in theory, Devontae Parker is your 5th option. You can do a lot worse than Devontae Parker as the 5th option. So overall, you guys, the Philadelphia Eagles have had a very fascinating free agency. And really quickly before we get out of here, we got 90 total people in the live stream. We got 89 total people in the live stream, 49 people tuning in via Twitter, 40 people tuning in via the Chalk It Up Sports YouTube channel. Before we get out of here, please make sure you guys go on a like spree, smash that like button. Make sure you guys are engaged in the content that we put up here. Make sure you guys have the notification bell turned on as well, so you get a text or a notification letting you know whenever I go live or whenever I post any kind of content. For those of you guys on my Twitter page, I appreciate you guys for sticking around and locking in for as long as you guys did. It means a lot to me. Make sure you guys stay subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys also smash that like button. Make sure you guys also tune into the YouTube side of things and make sure you're subscribed. I really appreciate that, man. And all of you guys that donated to the channel as well. I do not take that for granted either. Shout out to my man Penn 9617 with the $1.99 super chat. Shout out to my man S Blount with the $19.99 super chat. Super grateful to him. Shout out to my man Austin with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you. Shout out to Check O with the $9.99 super chat. Shout out to my man Cody's Nuts. And again, Cody, if you keep on donating, I'll call you whatever you want, Playboy. Shout out to my man Cody with the $5 super chat. Shout out to my man All Eagles Fly with the $4.99 super chat, checking in on me, man. I appreciate you. And then Cody donated once again with the $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much, Cody. Thank you, All Eagles Fly. Thank you, Checo. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, S Blount. Thank you, Pin 9617. But also, thank all of you guys that tuned into the show, right? Thank you to Peter Riley, ADW The Beat, T's Views, my man, Pro Fan Talk. Who else we got? My brother, my youngin', Cody Figueroa. Shout out to 007, Daquan Barkley, So Dope King. Who else we got in the building? Shout out to my man Chin A. Who else we got in the building? Shout out to Eagles Realist. Shout out to Carol Hockaday. Shout out to who else we got in the building? Shout out to Josh H. Shout out to L Yeppa, Pretty Mimi. Shout out to Lord Vader, Jadis Young. Shout out to Vlad Bandme. Shout out to John Dalton, man. I hope things work out for you. Shout out to Vescal Ear. Shout out to Eddie Holmes. Shout out to Brian Biding. My man Cowboys Fan Talk. Shout out to him. Shout out to Mob Deep. Shout out to my brother Philly Fresh. Shout out to Nate. Shout out to Niners All Damn Day. Shout out to Flexing and Stepping. Shout out to Matt Weeks. Jason A-Team. Shout out to him. Philly Grown. Shout out to him. Spa City Chop. JDM Life. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you for locking in on the content, man. You guys have been tremendous. It means a lot to me. And also, once again, shout out to Cody's Nuts, man. Gave me another $5 super chat, man. He says, "Hope you have a great weekend, big man. I'll have some good questions for you next week." Absolutely, my guy. I'm looking forward to it. You guys are tremendous. Once again, 81 people locked in right now. 50 people via Twitter, 31 people via YouTube. Make sure you guys keep locking in, and you guys know what the vibes are. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II, and you guys were locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.